that was misfortune by none other than Tribe themselves, which you said it many times. Especially with
I want to see a clearer comp come through from Trovo. It felt like they didn't really have. It felt like they just picked the priority champions. Like they picked Gragas, they picked Akali.
It's gonna melt your HP bar so quickly, especially if you're a tank. So into this kind of draft setup, I'm not against it, but it's a very unusual pick that I think does deserve a lot of question marks potentially as to how are they going to play this into the composition of Nova.
Yeah, this is very niche. I mean, the attack speed buff you get from the Lulu, it's going to be extremely good on Vayne, as well as the extra survivability with the ultimate. Obviously, we've got some nerfs coming through in terms of the actual cooldown on that, as well as the late game pickup in terms of Corki. In the same way, though, although there is a question mark around the composition of Tribe, it works. It does work. There is a method to the madness here. And honestly, it's a lot of disengage, as well as like if you stay in the fight too long with that Darius, he's gonna give you problems, which means that Leon can effectively stay in the top lane. That is almost a first blood.
Almost. I'm sure that if Grizz was able to hit that level 2 by now, you would have got the nice headbutt pulverized combo. But unfortunately, he's only level 1, so that is not going to be something that could happen. But I fully agree with what you just said there, Blank. I think that there's some great potential in the side of Tribe. Maybe the little caveat to their comp right now would be that they are rather squishy. They are going to struggle. I think that's why it's a good reason to have potentially like Lulu with the wild growth is going to make whoever the hell you want in that game, whoever is ahead a little bit more healthier and being able to soak up that damage a bit more and also bring some good CC to the table. But I do think that Lulu, because of the nerf, it is just not all that interesting in these matchups. But with a Vayne, you never know, just able to get yourself onto the backline instantly and pop that ulti wide growth and get the knock up on a valuable target. It could end up being really strong. But I'm looking at mid here. Going to have a little bit of a 1v1 happening. It's going to be Leon versus Vayhos. Take himself a little bit of a trade. But Vayhos has a little bit more mobility right now in the middle of this lane. So he will be easily able to trade off with Leon. But Emperor Dark is slowly going to roam his way forward. And Emperor Dark actually playing himself a good old jungle Darius, which I got to say is rather the part, I would say, is not the most usual thing you see picked up in jungle. So there you go. They're going to go for the engage, and that is not going to be looking good for Vayhos. First blood going away of Leon once more. That is 2 games in a row that's going to happen.
Yeah, this is exactly what Tribe wanted. That's the one of their early game win cons, is to get Leon ahead, and they've already succeeded in it. And you know what? It's a really good setup from Duck there. If you guys are playing jungle at home in your own Wild Rift game, one thing to take very much note of is how long Duck waited, even after you saw Vayhos go forward towards the tower in a position where he could have got ganked. You know, he still waited then. It gave Vayhos a false sense of security. So when he went for it again on the engage, Duck was there in a fantastic position to go for it because Vayhos just didn't expect it. So sometimes it's better to have a little bit more patience when you're going for a gank.
Take a little bit more chill. Leon is looking for it more. He wants some extra on that plate, that's for sure. Going to do for a little bit of a trade back and forth, a bit of damage going between those two parties. But 2 minutes in, not really anything substantial. Already a 1,000 gold lead going away off Tribe, but it is not really all that insane or not all that scary. So we'll see, especially the first Drake is going to be a Cloud Drake, which we talked about it many times. Cloud Drake, extreme use speed, especially for this Gragas to be able to roam around the map a lot more free. It's going to be very strong for him to be able to bring that utility to the map. So I think he's going to be really, really happy to get that underboard if possible. But we've seen it many times. Oh my god, instant flash coming into it. The kick comes on through. They use everything. Double ult from the Yasuo and also from the Lee Sin. And yet Snitch will be able to tank it up and survive the encounter.
Yeah, that's somewhat unfortunate there coming through from them. I mean, it almost worked out. I think the fact that there was a kick, the kick went a little bit too far. I think if there was the last breath came through slightly earlier and it hit him whilst he was in the middle of the lane, potentially then, you know, they actually get a kill. Unfortunate, they do force a flash out, which is going to provide potential for a next gank coming through. For the time being, Clem is struggling with Leon in top lane now. So sad.
He's just roaming. He is just roaming all over the place. And now they're going to revert back because initially it was a lane swap between mid and also the Baron lane, which is not the most usual one. You usually see the lane swap of 80. Well, not 80, sorry. I mean the Baron lane and the Drake lane going to be swapping themselves on the mirror side of the map. But here's going to be mid and top that did swap for quite some time. And that is why they were seeing Clem was losing it. And now they swapped it back. And now Clem is going to be potentially losing this one. He gets dunked upon. And Product takes another tower shot, which makes it a nice trade-off. But Leon, that's his second kill already, and we saw what happens when he gets ahead. It gets very scary for the opposing team.
Yeah, but they will take Drake from that, so it's actually really important that Clement was able to get the kill on the Darius. Leon kind of has to force the issue here and try and take top tower, but best he's probably going to get is a plate before he has to back off. So this is a really, really good trade, actually, for Trovo Nova. They're still behind in gold by about 1k, but they can try and alleviate that later.
Yeah, I think that's going to be definitely their interest. Doom looking for the push. The thing is cool that I like about this Vayne pickup is that she deals very well with tanks. But for that to happen, you need to get to your late game. For that, I think they're going to go for a very slow-paced scaling game and slowly get that Vayne onto a power spike items. The moment that happens, those team fights are going to look very, very different and potentially heavily in favor of Tribe, because Doom is going to be one of those big top-tier win conditions if he's able to hit that 4-5 item power spike, which is pretty hard to get into, but no, if he's able to get those items, he is going to be a very, very scary champ to go up against regardless. As now, next Drake, we saw it on the map. It just spawned, we just popped and show which one is going to be in the next few minutes. That is going to be Infernal, which we know what happens when Infernal spawns for these two teams. But in the mid lane, though, that's going to be a nice collapse onto Veros. He's going to have the wind wall, but into the shockwave. There's not much he could really do, as Tribe already up to their third kill, and Snitch will be the one to get that kill.
Yeah, Duck is doing a fantastic job on this Darius. I'm not gonna lie, he's providing like a lot of
surprised,
good ganks.
yeah.
Like honestly, it's difficult to gank just with the actual pull that he's got on the kit. But he's playing it really, really well. And a lot of it is due to patience and how he waits for the enemy laner to actually walk too far forward. Currently, you have the Alistar coming down. Duck slightly out of position, but he's just too fast. And with the support coming through from the Aurora to drop the slow through, he is not. He's getting away from that one.
Or maybe not. Grizz is ready to collapse. Yeah, I thought he would maybe go for a flash engage and just trying to obliterate Friend, but apparently that's not going to be the case. Are they going to go for the tower dive, though? There you go, going to have the polymorph in the bush, making sure that they are not going to be trying to chase that down. They're looking for the tower, which one plate shouldn't be too much of an issue. We can currently see the big response coming out. You got the Darius coming on through, going to take a 1v1 with Firos. Firos not in the best of situations, going to pop the ulti though. And Emperor actually losing this one pretty dominantly at that. But now he pops it too early, going to get the bleeding down. Doesn't want to get wombo comboed by that one, as he is pretty much a wombo combo machine. But Duck going to be able to move away from that position. Very scary, as the shockwave misses from Snitch. So a lot of resources actually used from both sides here, so no one able to really get much out of this.
Yeah, Duck's actually forced a flash as well, so there's a nice little bait coming through from Vex there. 2 to 3. Right now, only 1k gold advantage. This potentially is our first team fight, but with Corki in base, makes things difficult here for Trovo Nova.
I wonder if they know he is in base currently, and they're going to be feeling really confident. Leon going to be engaging without his team, by the way. Wants to take all the focus on himself, and it makes it worth it as they do pick up the Herald. But now Tribe, oh my god, the ultimate from Clemmer is absolutely insane. Putting Leon in such a scary position, and they pick off the kill off of that. So they get Leon, they get himself a little bit of bounty gold off of that. That was a great ulti, but unfortunately, by spreading them all away from each other, they could not follow up on any extra engages, which is a little bit unfortunate for Trovo Nova.
They've got to grab mid tower though. That's like their trade-off here. They're going to get 1 kill, but they'll take mid tower as well for that one, which is very, very nice. Opens up the map a little bit more for them, both sides of the map, both top and bottom. Snitch is just going to try and take this blue buff as soon as possible. He knows now that mid turret's gone. It's so much more easy for Trovo Nova to get into his jungle and start causing problems. So Snitch is going to grab this and then back off. But that was a nice fight. 28 seconds to Infernal. You know this is going to be a team fight here. I think this can go either way. Currently, there's an 800 gold lead in the favor of Trovo Nova, so this is incredibly close. Leon is probably going to keep that attention centered up towards the top lane, but you know, with this being the Infernal Drake, I think it's actually important that he does make his way down. Right now, he does have teleport, but Clement just causing a little bit more damage towards him, already down to half HP. Great forward movement there to dodge the actual slow and the damage. Now Leon has to back up, grab the honey fruit.
The bottom side there, that's going to be a last second teleport from Leon. He might be able to get himself a great Hectic Ultimatum under tower, but he's not going to pop it just yet. Now the team is there, Lulu, especially on the backside. Great Hectic Ultimatum on top of Vex. There's not much he could really do, and he is going to be indeed falling on down. Alistar follows suit, and this is the win condition for Tribe. If they get Doom in a good spot and he gets to late game, he's going to be the most insane ADC you've ever seen in Wild Rift history, potentially, as this damage late game is going to be through the goddamn roof. trying their best to contest this Infernal Drake. They don't want to give it away. And this damn... Oh my god, Hydro doing so much work on that Corki. But the Drake is still ticking down. They're still going to give it a shot. And the cast comes on through. It's going to bump them back, but secured regardless by this Darius. Just doing so much damn work in his team for Tribe. And Tribe, they're all low. They got to move away from this fight. Despite being solo, oh man, got a good position from the ball from Snitch. He knows if they dive, they're going to be losing their life. But they get the frag coming on through. What a good engage from Trovo Nova. You still got the shockwave still on Snitch, able to do some work. But he is going to have to go golden. And he will still go down regardless. But that was such a close fight from both sides. But at the end, that's going to be Drake picked up by Trovo Nova. By Tribe, sorry.
Yeah, you know what? I actually think that Clemmer got too greedy with the explosive cask. I think he was trying to hit 4 targets, and you know what? Yeah. I think if he just tried to prioritize maybe 2, he'd have had a way better time with that ultimate. I think he tried to steal the Drake with it as well, so just way too greedy with that ultimate. Ends up only hitting the Lulu, I think. Doesn't do too much damage to the Drake, and in fact, Emperor Duck's able to secure that one for them. So they will get an 8% increase in damage from the Infernal Drake, which is huge, especially for the Vayne coming into that late game. So now Trovo Nova need to start focusing on leveraging this gold lead they currently have, which is 3k, and making that much more. So they're going to be looking for more team fights. Maybe try and force a Baron, because you know that Leon is going to continue to go for these split pushes.
They need to find a response, which they're going to be doing by sending themselves, of course, the man himself, Clemmer, towards the bottom side. He's going to have to deal with the Herald too, but seems like the fight is going to be roaring in the top lane. Tower falls down, extra gold feeding their way up to already a nice 4,000 gold lead in favor of Trovo Nova, and they're looking to increase that by the minute if possible. Top lane tower goes down, then the Herald is showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon, as he's going to try his best to get himself a few extra plates if possible, maybe a 1v1 also, but we're going to have also a roaming position from Hydro, making his way down there. Maybe not, he's unsure, but he knows that Leon already moved away, so he's not going to follow suit on that roam. But off the bat, this is the response that we were expecting to find against Leon. But even then, they had a response. It was a little bit slow on the execution side, so they did tend to lose a tower rather quickly.
Yeah, I think that the main difference here, though, is that there are some clear combinations and clear team synergy coming through. Where over the last game, it was just like, how much damage can we output and how much damage can we output quickly? Here, you've got the kick into the Yasuo. We've got the pulverize to prevent any of those hard engages from the Camille herself. You've also got the headbutt for the Darius. There's a lot of ways to deal with it. And really, they're just trying to keep the Yasuo alive and the Corki alive to just keep burning through that damage. Now, you can see on the top side, Vejos is just waiting, wondering if anyone's going to step too close. Snitch right now, I think, knows there is a player up this side, though. Vex will walk back, has the Guardian Angel now as well, Max, so it's a little bit trickier to take down.
Guardian Angel, of course, on the Lee Sin is going to be huge. It just makes you... It gives an extra layer of confidence when you are going for those engages. But he said it, Vejos was waiting for an unwearing soul to move his way forward. Now the wind wall to avoid anything, and now he's going to go for the knockback. Great flash from Snitch right there, avoiding the pulverize and the headbutt wombo combo. And he shall be good, but there's the flash not available for the next fight. And during that time, Gragas always in the bottom side of the map. Clemmer just can't allow Leon to keep on going with those split pushes. And I'm sure that even if a 1v1 happened, it would potentially go in favor of Leon. So he can't engage it, but he just has to keep putting all that time and resources in the bottom side, making it actually potentially very hard for Trovo Nova to take these fights, because Doom has been popping off as of recently was that Vayne.
Yeah, the good thing here, though, is Snitch no longer has his flash. So he's a diveable target. Now Vex is walking up, does spot Duck here.
No.
This is bad.
Oh my god, he was backporting right there. Might have to flash away, got himself a nice shield, a little too early, potentially re-engage onto Grizz. But Leon had time to join in. Yasuo is nowhere near, will slowly make his way towards mid. But that was Emperor Duck had a little bit of a stress. But you know what? Did not flinch, did not use the flash. So that is going to be available for the next engage, which is going to be huge. Leon looking for it onto Grizz. Grizz does not have the Unbreakable Will, so that ultimate is not available for the few fight that might be happening very soon. So you've got to keep that in mind. But there you go. Next Drake is up on the Rift. Or do you call it on the Wild Rift? I'm unsure. What do we say?
We call it the Wild Rift.
On the Wild Rift.
The wacky Wild Rift, you know.
On the Wild Rift. There you go. The Drake's going to come up.
Oh, damn. Snitch is taking so much damage. This is the flash.
Potentially very soon. Snitch, you said it, the flash is not available and there's no way he can escape it. Tried to buy some time for his team to get up on his position by using it, but that's a big no. Doom, though, taking so much damage right away. Sure, though, he's going to be given the wild growth by the Lulu, should I say, and this is going to be Leon re-engaging, teleporting his way forward. Sure, Alistar's tank gets help, it's not enough, and that's a great pulverize, as you just mentioned there, Blank, into the Yasuo ult, and Trovo Nova now himself in a really good position. Good wind wall, by the way, to make sure that they can't get the assist from the Lulu on top. And that is going to be an easy Baron going their way. But yeah, man, what a great Yasuo ult at the end just to finish off the fight and going in their favor. Trovo Nova converting that into a Baron now. This is a huge pickup for them.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this is all about just keeping the Yasuo and the Corki alive to keep pumping out those big chunks of damage. I think that when we did see Trovo Nova Grizz actually get hit by the Hextech ultimatum, he just decided, you know what, my life's done. I'm done here. The best thing I can do is try and group up some people and get off a really nice pulverize to set up for my team. So that actually ends up giving them a Baron. It gives them Ocean Drake as well. And now they've got a very significant lead here of about 6k on the board. So now Trovo Nova can start to use this to advantage. It's been such a close match as well. It's been so intense to watch. Just little minor plays here and there, just slowly eking out a small lead. This is exactly what high level Wild Rift looks like.
I'm loving it. This is I was watching Icon series just a few hours ago for Malaysia, and this is a very similar type of gameplay. You know, you have a little bit of a bigger hero pool coming into that one, but regardless, it is still very similar. A lot of respect. That's going to be straight off the bat, the Hectic ultimatum onto Hydro, but Leon moves out right away. A lot of respect coming out from him. If the team was there, that would have been easy pick up onto Hydro. Not much could have already done against a Hectic ultimatum. A little bit divided away from each other for Tribe. Their tower's going to take some severe damage because of these empowered Baron buff minions. I'm going to find the plate just yet, though, unfortunately. So, oh, there you go. The plate should be coming up. One extra 100 damage, but no, the plate will not get connected just yet. As Trovo Nova keep on pushing, but Leon in the top side, once again, he's going to do what he does best, and that is split push a few towers for himself.
They've got such a big amount of minions.
I mean, they could potentially finish this one off, and I think that Leon understands. He's like, oh, maybe I should not be split pushing right now. Maybe I should be in base with the homies trying to take it. Oh my god, the dunk into the shockwave. Oh my god, the Yasuo! That's going to be huge. The kick into the ulti of Yasuo turns the tides of the fight, and Tribe are dying like it's absolutely nothing. Trovo Nova was one of the sickest combos I have seen today, trying to close off the game. But
Can
maybe
they
not.
get the base?
Can they get
Yes.
it? They get the base. It was down to 68 HP. What? The dragon kick into Yasuo?
Dude.
I want to check out the damage, especially from that one.